Man, it's really nice that Blonde Blazer and Invisigal finally team up and work together with the rest of the team. Well, there's one scenario where that can't happen. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for the Dispatch game series. This one's going to be my final review for Dispatch. This is for Season 1, Episode 7 and 8. Well, I call it Season 1 because, well, if you guys haven't heard the rumors that have been going on recently, they are potentially thinking of continuing this, which, after seeing this finale, after playing through this series all the way through, I can definitely say this. You could end it. You could end it where this left, and it would be fine, I would say. It's a good enough conclusion to where you could. But I'd really like to see a season 2. You know what I'm saying? Because I've really gotten attached to these characters, man. I've really gotten attached. I really like the story. I really like the characters. And I, for one, would love to see a continuation of this down the line. I'm sure it'd be a long ways away. But regardless, we're here to talk about the last 2 episodes. This was eventful as hell. And honestly, kudos to them. They did the thing I wanted them to do. They gave us a longer episode for the finale, which is awesome. That was actually a lengthy episode. If every episode was at least the length of that finale, I'd say, I think that would be better because this game is so damn good. It's genuinely so damn enjoyable. The decisions are so crazy to make. There were some decisions in this one that I really was like, just, like, what the hell? You know what I mean? And then there's like them small decisions, like, what do you want to eat? What do you want them to get you at the store? Like a Twinkie or a beer or this and that, you know what I'm saying? There's like them small choices, But, yeah, no, fantastic stuff. So, the episode 7 opening was awesome. We got to see a flashback with Chase, basically with him and, obviously, Robert, and he's kind of like, talking to me. He's like, hey, like, you're crying about this and that, Here, I'll make it up to you. What do you want? What do you want me to get you from the store? So I picked a Twinkie. I want a Twinkie. And basically comes back with a whole pack of Twinkies, you know what I mean? And we kind of get to see the bond between Chase and Robert back in 2003, the timeline was. And then you see him in the hospital now, and you've got him, he's sitting by his bedside, right by his side, hoping that he'll pull through, you know what I mean? And you got Blonde Blazer that shows up, and she's like, damn, like, I didn't know you guys were that close, you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, like, we go back a long ways, you know what I mean? And Chase, man, I mean, seriously, I felt so bad for him. I seriously was thinking, like, okay, he's dead as hell. Like, he's definitely, like, he's not going to make it, you know what I mean? And then as the episode progresses, you basically have them kind of making a decision. Should Invisigal be suspended? And they do come to that decision, basically, as Robert kind of talks to the entire team. And Invisigal is going to go away. But not before, of course, you get that scene with her in the locker room, which I was just like, oh, shoot, okay. You know what I'm saying? We all know what that was. Well, you could still tell she has feelings for Robert. Now, listen, man, I'm loyal to, Blazer. I'm loyal to Blazer. Y'all already know me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. So, I don't have to explain that one. But y'all probably could already figure out what I did in the locker room, right? So, I'm loyal. 100%. But, yeah, no, that was crazy, and I loved all those interactions. I loved Invisigal's character in this, seriously. Her character was really good because she kind of started off as some, like, annoying wannabe, like, know-it-all, you know what I mean? Like, want to be the top superhero, and, like, she knows everything, and this and that, you know what I mean? And then you notice, like, her character kind of progressively turns into a good person, you know what I'm saying, deep down, and she kind of almost gets better through Robert, which is kind of cool. So it was really good the way they did that. And I did like the vote for them to kind of, suspend her or not, and that's kind of the idea for now. Temporarily suspended, right? So that's kind of what he tells her. It's not forever, and stuff like that. Now, we kind of get a reveal in this one, which, yeah, I mean, well, we get our big villains. Coop, of course, returns as she was cut from the team, which we did let her go. So in my version, it's her that comes after Robert in this one. And obviously Shrod as well. So they basically capture, Robert. And they keep him captured in there, and basically there is an option where you can like spit in his face or go along with it or whatever. I spit right in his damn face. I didn't give a frig. I was like, yep, frig you. And basically you have him. He's kind of, held hostage, and then you got Blonde Blazer that comes in and saves him. And I thought that was pretty badass, and I like how he even looks up at her, and he's like, well, now there's a superhero, you know what I mean? And he's looking at her like, oh, shoot, so he's like, yeah, we don't want this fight. Let's get the hell out of here, and they leave. So obviously this is big too, because whoever you choose to cut from the team, I assume would be coming after you in this, right? So in this one, it's Coop, but obviously, like, there could be a different version of that as well too. So I thought that was also really enjoyable. Definitely seeing the impact of your decision making in the game, which is fantastic. And as Blazer goes through and she saves him, and I like how he says, he's like, this is like the third time you saved me this week, you know what I mean? So I thought that was kind of funny. And then they have their interaction and stuff like that. So that was good. And, really, really good stuff. Really fantastic episode. Episode 7 was packed with a lot of different things. I'm going to give this one a 10. Genuinely, that episode was fan-frickin-tastic. At the time, that was my favorite episode. Honestly, that one earned my number 1 spot as my favorite episode of the game so far. And then we get episode 8. Oh my good lord, man. This one was so good. This one was so insane. You had so many great things going on, so many big moments. You had them, they're making the plan, the team goes out there, they're getting ready for the attack. And the attack and the battles in this episode and this finale was just so damn good. You have Invisigal that Roy doesn't really trust, so he handcuffs her there. Obviously, I tried to get her out because I trust her, you know what I'm saying? So I got her out, and I worked together with her. There was like one part where the guy's freaking like pee-pee was hanging out. They're like focusing on it. I was like, what the frick, as they kill one of the guards. I thought that was great. Look, Invisigal, look, this is how I put it. Even though I'm with Blonde Blazer in that way, you know what I mean? With Invisigal, I'm just like, with her, she's a great ally to have. She's a great, person to have on your team. She's really good at what she does. And every time there's like a deep moment with her, I noticed this, and Robert picked up on it too, and he acknowledged it. Every time you have a heart-to-heart with her, it's like, okay, she freaking disappears, you know what I'm saying? And he's like, I hate it when she does that, I'm like, yeah, seriously. But yeah, no, that was fantastic. So, look, all the battles were great. You have Blazer in this one that goes up against them. She loses her powers, which I found very risky and really crazy. We actually see her lose her powers full on, which... honestly, I was like, I felt like somebody was going to go down in this one. And honestly, I was kind of thinking that Blazer was going to die at a moment. I was like, oh man, you better not. Like, that's an iconic character. Shoot. And then I was kind of thinking at one point that Invisigal was going to go down. No, also didn't happen. She got injured pretty bad, though. She did. And then, the big moment is when he threatens him with his dog, right? So that's like the big thing right there where he's threatening to drop him. You got Robert there. He's in his suit, and he has to come out and give him, that stuff, right? And give him, the empowerment, and obviously trades him the dog. So I gave him both. That was my decision. I gave him both, the decoy and the real one, just to be safe at this point, honestly, because, I feel like there would have been a fight either way. So I gave him both. And then, obviously, the dog got him back. Then the cops come in, and then it's a massive, thing and all that stuff. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then they fight it out. Obviously, the whole team, the biggest thing I loved about this, the whole damn team came together. Everybody put their differences aside, and when it mattered, they worked together, and I thought it was great. The Z team, right? So I thought that was great as well, too. I did also, which this was, obviously a big moment here. I did, kind of think to myself, okay, like, am I going to forgive Coop? Am I going to throw her away? Stuff like that. And I ultimately decided to forgive her, which might sound crazy, but I kind of felt responsible for what happened with her. I kind of felt responsible for what went down. So I decided in the end that I would do that as well. Now, obviously, in the final moments of this fight, you also have Chase that returns. He's actually alive. He's got a new suit and everything. I seriously thought he was a goner. I was thinking like we were going to go back to the hospital after the battle was done and we'd see him. No. He's in a new suit. He's, more powerful than ever. He comes in there. He helps everybody. And now that Blazer lost her powers, I was pretty happy that he was in there to kind of help out. But yeah, no, that was amazing. Now, the conclusion of the season, obviously, there's a few different versions of it. Again, you guys probably bet what I picked, right? Yeah. So I let Invizgal go to the hospital for her to get checked out, and I went with Blazer. Man, that's just the way to go. You know what I'm saying? I went with Blazer, 100%. That's 110%. And as soon as I saw that ending, you see them in the car together and stuff like that, I was like, yep. I made the right choice, you know what I'm saying? So, fantastic. And I love the ending when they're, like, throwing Robert up in the air, you know, and stuff like that. She's trying to get the photo and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And, it was really, really, really good. So, this finale was stellar, man. It was fantastic. I loved everything about it. I thought it was a great conclusion to the season, and maybe to the game in general. It might be, which, here's what I'll say about it. This is kind of where I'm at with it. If this is the end of Dispatch, like, unlike shows like Peacemaker or, like, The Walking Dead where they end on cliffhangers and I'm like, oh, yeah, like, we need a continuation, you know what I mean? With this one, I'm good with this being the end. If this is the end, I think it ended perfectly. Honestly, I really do. I think it's a 10 out of 10 conclusion. You know what I'm saying? They ended the characters well. They ended the stories well. You live happily ever after, in my version at least, with Blazer. So, there you go. So, that's especially happily ever after. And I don't know. I think the ending worked here. I really do. No matter what you choose, I think wherever that you go with it, the ending of this game, the ending of this season could be the end of the whole game, and I would be fine with it. But I've heard that there's going to be more seasons, which I'm more happy about, because I want to see, like, this is the type of story like Invincible, where you can tell there's going to be such progression in the story, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know Invincible is a comic and a TV show, but it's a similar type style, you know what I mean? So that's why I say, like, I feel like we could get more seasons out of this, you know? Now, granted, obviously, it'll probably be a while before they do it, because I heard this first season took a while to record, so it'll definitely probably take them some time. Plus, I know Ad Hoc is doing a fantasy game, which, after seeing the quality of this show, this game, honestly, I'm gonna check it out. I'm definitely gonna check out this fantasy game, see what's up, you know, see what's going on with it. Even if it's not my thing, I want to at least try it, you know what I'm saying? Because Ad Hoc has definitely proven themselves to me as a really good developer that knows how to develop a good game. And this first game was I'm gonna be honest, the whole thing's a 10. Like, I may have had like a 9.5 for, like, what, I think episode 2, but I'm still giving it its flowers. I'm giving it a 10 for the season. I'm giving these 2 episodes a 10. I wouldn't change a thing about this game, y'all. I really wouldn't. The choices are you actually feel an impact of your decisions. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that modern Telltale didn't really, they kind of fell off with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Ad Hoc really brought that back. Like, the element of choice here, the impact of your decisions, you really, really feel, you know, and that's a good thing. So, I loved it. Aaron Paul and Laura Bailey and everybody involved in the team of this did a fantastic friggin' job. I loved Dispatch through and through, and I cannot wait to see what happens if we get a second season. If we don't, I'll say this: it was fun being on this ride for these 4 weeks. It was a fantastic run. But something tells me we're going to be back in the future. Something tells me, not Back to the Future, but something tells me we're going to be back in the future for a second game. So we will see. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Post your comments down below, guys. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy videos like this, sure, click subscribe button so you don't miss any of the videos. Make sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos very soon. Enjoy the rest of the day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies need a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a street fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.